Okay, welcome into Levi's Stadium, where the 49ers ended their three-game losing streak with a 20-14 victory over the Denver Broncos. Let's go over three things real quick what happened in this game. First of all, George Kittle, number one. The guy had 7 receptions for 210 yards in the first half to help the Niners get a 20-0 halftime lead. They only threw to him once after halftime. A variety of factors went into that, whether it was the Broncos covering him better, whether it was the Broncos getting to Nick Mullins better, whether it was the Broncos defenders just wising up and figuring they can't let him beat him anymore. So George Kittle, 210 yards, was 5 yards shy of a single-game record for a tight end. A lot of the Niners knew about that going into the second half, and they couldn't get him that extra 5 yards. No matter, they got the win. Let's get to number two. The defense held the lead barely. Obviously, 20-14, it came down to a one-score game. They were doing pretty well on fourth down stops. Cassius Marsh got one. Rookie safety Marcel Harris came through on a fourth down stop. But the Broncos scored on 4th and goal to make it a 20-14 game. And it was really too tight down towards the end. We've seen this team give up fourth quarter leads 4 times this season. But they had a really young defense today. Had some young guys in there. DJ Reed was a rookie nickelback in place of Kwan Williams. And the pass rush seemed to be a little bit better. They got to Case Keenum. He only had about 150 yards passing. The run defense really came through, limited the Broncos to about 100 rushing yards. Did a really good job on rookie Phillip Lindsay to help that aspect of the game too. And then number three, this win came with a lot of mixed feelings. The 49er family, John York, Denise York, they lost one of their sons on Friday. Tony York, the younger son, or a younger brother to Jed York, the 49er CEO, he died on Friday. Kyle Shanahan had an emotional moment after the game with Jed York, who was here for the win. And there was the game opened with a moment of silence before the national anthem in Tony York's honor. And I think that's why it's kind of as much as this is a much needed win, there was a lot of mixed feelings afterwards as well, especially Kyle Shanahan said so as he opened his press conference. So 49ers are now 3-10. They are still tied top with the worst record in the league with the Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals as they shoot for the #1 overall draft pick. So the win didn't cost them from that standpoint. They got 2 more home games here next against the Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears before they finish the season at the Los Angeles Rams. But today, they came away with a 20-14 win, held on, and they got it. Thanks.